Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I'm your host, the Housecoat Gamer, and today we are taking a look at the Warden Multimission Cruiser, which comes from the new Timeless Legacy bundle. I have to say, the inclusion of this thing, while welcome, is still kind of confusing. I was expecting another ship. On the other hand, I can pretty much guess why they did it. They were running out of Starfleet ships, so they had to swap over to, well, taking one of their TOS designs and giving it a TMP glow-up, as well as a new design that is seemingly derived from both the Alita and the... what's the one? The Duderstadt. Still, this one's confusing for one rather obvious reason. The nacelles are mounted on top. The pylons are on top instead of below. That's kind of the inverse of the usual standard. At least for ships with top-mounted nacelles. But I suppose it's time to go into stats. As a multi-mission cruiser, she's obviously got 4 weapon slots. 8. 4 forward, 4 aft. I've X2 to this thing, so, well, the obvious. Just ignore the universal consoles. If you're getting this thing stock, you're not going to get those. 5 engineering, 3 science, 3 tactical, and a hangar slot. Her bridge stations are doubled up, just like on the Okinawa. Ensign Universal, Lieutenant Commander Temporal, Temporal Tactical, Commander Engineering Temporal, Lieutenant Engineering, and Lieutenant Commander Science. Doubling up on the Temporal is generally a bad idea. As useful as Temporal is, it's only really good if you've got, well, a good reason to use it. But now we come into the parts that I have issues with. The Starship trait and the console, and I have good reasons for issues. The trait is Hellbore Light. As in the Hellbore cannon used by the Hydran Kingdoms in Starfleet Command. It reduces shield damage. Well, reduces shield capacity. And causes a plasma burst if their shields are dropped. At least if it's under beam overload or cannon rapid fire. In other words, the Hellbore from SFC, SFB, whatever. Really? The Expanding Sphere Generator, a weapon utilized by the Lyran Star League as their primary Hammer of Doom at point-blank range. For further context, I highly recommend Tirak was his name. He made a vid on the whole thing, which is where I get my general opinion of the Lyrans, that they're scatterbrained. Now, normally, well, in SFC, this would be very, very mixed. As an example, it would be very useless against Mirak fighters, missile swarms. In STO, of course, it's very different. It will instantly obliterate anything it touches. Well, mines, torpedoes, fighters, those sorts of things. And it's probably none too fun towards frigates. Still, you have to ask, what in the name of hell were they thinking applying this to a Federation ship? I get the Federation ships are probably the thing that earns them the most money, but let's be honest here. They're gonna run out of them sooner or later. So they're gonna have to start putting in alien starships. Not that anyone's gonna mind. If you ask me, the first place to start would be, I don't know, the Klingons from SFC. God knows we need those. Insurrection class, anyone? Sword of Kalis, anyone? Still. It is nice to see some SFC references. Even if it's not on an SFC boat. Housecoat Gaming, signing off.